And take it over.
Hey, welcome everybody. Excited for you guys to jump on. Those of you hitting live, I know a lot of you guys will be watching this on the recording for different parts of the world, but we are excited to just do a brief little walkthrough on all things Nilo Life Elevated, talking about the platform, talking about how to connect, all things to learn about this platform and this Nilo Life trade that is going to be known around the globe as Nilo Life Elevated. My name is Nick Sorensen. Excited to come here today. This Zoom has been a long time in the works, right? It was an idea that was sprung on us, a few short months ago. I then shared the idea with Cameron and Derek and Dante and said, hey, what if we were able to do this thing the right way, keep it very simple, deliver a very top-notch product to the masses, make it simple for people to, to participate in these financial markets, but do it very simply. And it is here, and we're definitely excited to launch it. It's actually already turned on. It's already live. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm not going to have a whole lot of back story on it right now because I know we want to get a really clean recording for people to just kind of walk through. And then we'll be having more recordings on how-tos, FAQs as we go through and walk through the whole part of it. So let me share my screen real quick. As I share that, I'm just going to kind of walk through what you guys will see in your digital office as you log in and take a peek and look at it. Now, this is for our members, our affiliates, our lifestyle members outside of the United States. Okay, so if you're outside of the United States and Canada, on your left menu underneath lifestyle membership, you will see that Life Elevated, okay, will be lit up. It is now officially there and live. If you click on that, you will see this page pop up. Okay, it says go and create your account. Please visit the secure admin group. We're always going to refer to that as SAG for short. And then it says continue here for SAG. Now, before I go into that and show you that, we're going to talk a lot of things. I'm going to go into basically the platform, how to go set it up. It's really simple. That was the whole idea when we said we want to do this from the very beginning. But we are talking about financial product, right? This is not a Nilo Life product. This is something that you're going to be connecting directly with a fund and a firm, which is we're so excited about to have things done on a very just top-notch level. But still, trading Forex does carry risk. Past performance does not predict future results. Please read the full disclaimer. And this is definitely not a solicitation to invest. This is just going through the process and how to get it set up. So once you click Life Elevated, it is going to take you here. Click that link there. It's going to take you to a login page. I actually already went through it just so we'd have it set up. That login page is going to come through and look just like this, okay? If you ever end up on this page and you already have an account, you'll click login. But to create your account, you're going to click here to verify. And then here on the secure admin group, you're going to just put your information, first name, last name. This is the username that you will have within secure admin group, okay? A lot of people will use the same one that you may use in Nilo. It's totally up to you. But you'll want to put that in and then save that for the next step. So you're just basic information. Once you click register, it's going to take you to another account where you're going to put in your address, where you're based out of. And that will be what will set the stage to make sure you go through your KYC. On that next page, make sure that you put on address that it's going to verify on your form of identification, right? So if you're KYCing out of Poland, for example, right? You want to definitely use the address that is on your Poland ID. It will definitely make everything much more simpler when it comes to the KYC. KYC, for those of you that are new, it is short for Know Your Customer. It's just a very basic financial tool that financial institutions are required around the globe to basically say that you are who you say you are, just to make sure it's all set up for us. Because this is a product that is only available for those outside the United States and Canada, is also another verification to make sure that you are set up and have identification or a citizen outside the United States. So once you go there and click that, you will then have an account. I'm going to take you back to this other page real quick. And your other account is going to look like this. Now, I have an account, but I'm out of the United States, and so I will not be able to participate in this. And so where it says trade scripts, there is no trade script, as you see there, okay? But once you log in and your account's created, your KYC is going to take, 24 hours or so to process, just them verifying you are who you say you are. But once that is there, or let's say that you didn't click the KYC button, if you go click on deposit, you'll be able to deposit via fiat, via wire, crypto. There's a handful of cryptocurrencies that'll let you deposit with. But let's say fiat, it's going to take me to verify my KYC information here. If you click on that, it will also go to where you can verify KYC. Once that's all set up and verified, then you'll then want to come in and deposit. Now, this is all created, and Cameron and Eric are going to talk about it here in a second, to where you can, participate with various amounts of capital, whatever you're comfortable with, for sure. But they wanted this to be reachable for people all around the globe, and so we're going to be able to, in time, really help people financially, get ahead in life by this product. But once you deposit your funds, it's going to go into your main wallet balance. That will be here, and then you'll just transfer it. Obviously, there's an error because I don't have any there, but you'll transfer it to the trade wallet. Okay. This is where everything will go into trade. And once you're in there, you will just join a trade script. The trade script will definitely pop up, the one that we're able to participate in. You click join that trade script. And once you're there and connected, you're there and connected. And so when I called Cameron, months ago after talking with Dante, and I'm like, hey, if we do this right, we keep things very, very simple for the end user, people can have, some really good success. And he's like, you're right. We learned a lot throughout the years on how, to do it, how not to do it. And by keeping things very, very simple, we definitely know we can lead people to lots of success. But what you'll see your balance in here. You're also going to be able to track the history. You'll see what the account's done historically. You'll also be able to show what you're doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to base on your goals. And then from there, you can go in and set goals and say, hey, I want to be here in 2 years, here in 5 years, here in 8 years, and you can back into it based on some of the things that the accounts are doing. So as you can see, it's very simple. Go into your Nelo back office. Now, once you do create your SAG account, I forgot to come back here, you then want to come put your SAG username in here, in this location here, and then you'll click the button connect. That's what will tie the two accounts together. The only reason they're tied together, Nelo has no access to your financial capital, have no access to what you're doing in your account, has no access to how much you have in there. All it does is just says, hey, it tells SAG that XYZ so-and-so did pay their membership, and so it gives them the ability to go trade here. Like we said before, from the fund group, the trading group, Nelo, no one has access to your capital. We don't benefit from your capital you have, and we don't benefit off your returns. It is literally just through the membership, and just another huge, massive value that we have here with this membership here with Nelo. So we're so excited. We're so excited to take this around the globe. Yes, this is less than 24 hours since this got turned on, but we are excited for so many of you all, your friends, your family, your contacts around the globe to have access to really what Cameron and Derek have put together over these last handful of years. And so with that being said, I'm going to step out of the way, introduce them, kind of talk in, all the things we've had coming with this, the excitement we have, basically Cameron and Derek's vision, what they have with this, and kind of why they said yes, to basically, take their time and energy away from what they're doing. And so just a little bit of background on those for those that have not been on a Zoom I've been on with them for. And so I met Cameron and Derek 5+ years ago, and it was in the trading space. I was introduced to a specific trading algorithm, and it was interesting to me. And so I jumped on, and Cameron spent about 45 minutes to an hour with one person to go set it up. So when we talk about, hey, this is simple, you can walk through and do this yourself. Your team can walk through and do it. We'll have videos that come through and simplify it. It was not possible with what we were doing, but I became, enamored upon the potential success to participate in these markets. And so what Cameron and Derek have done in the last handful of years, they both have, 7+ years trading. They both have, Cameron has extensive years trading individually with his own accounts. They both have extensive training and experience trading algorithms. And over the last handful of years, they also have extensive experience taking algorithms, working with a development team to basically put together some very smart algorithms that take advantage of the marketplace. Combine that with their experience and to me, what's the most important thing, the right philosophies on how to win in the markets long-term, not short-term, but long-term. We are incredibly excited to partner with them. And so I'm going to jump out of the way, let you guys take away, share with you guys why you're so excited, not only on for people to participate in what y'all are doing, but also on this simple system that people can go from not knowing anything to being able to, basically piggyback on the tens of thousands of hours and the amount of capital you guys have spent on development and all the success you guys have had. Go ahead, take it away.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you always, man. Pretty cool seeing this thing finally come together. Good things come with time. So that's definitely a testament. We are very grateful that this thing is where it needs to be because we've put a lot of energy to it. I'll go ahead and open just and then pass it to Cam. But for those of you on the call that don't know myself or don't know Cameron, hello. My name is Derek, and Cameron and I have been business partners for 12 long years, which is pretty awesome. When we got into business, we were 19 years old. So you do the math of where we're at now. But we spent years with this deep-rooted vision of where we wanted to get to in our lives. And we spent a very long time not knowing how we were going to get there. We had different types of opportunities and businesses that we put a lot of effort and time into. And some went well. Some were kind of a start for us to give us a little glimpse of what our future could be. And a lot of those businesses in our early 20s ended up not panning out the way that we desired. So we knew what was possible, but we didn't get there immediately. But we've had so many stories together. Just to give you an example, just in terms of fun stories, Cameron and I, we used to sell health and wellness products, and they'd range from $150 to $500. And one time we were on a call with someone in 2012, I think, 2013, who was our age, seemed like a very smart guy. And we were trying to basically put him into this business. And at the end of our presentation, he said, look, I'd love to get involved. You guys are cool people. You're great guys from what I understand. The products make sense. But I'm just be real. Every extra dollar I have, I'm buying this thing called Bitcoin because I can get one for about $100. And I'm just trying to buy as many as I possibly can. And so any extra money I have, I'm just buying these Bitcoins because they're pretty cheap. So I appreciate it, but I got to use that $500 to buy more Bitcoin. He gets off the call and Cam and I look at each other and we go, what the heck is Bitcoin? And we kind of look around and be like, what an idiot. And then we move on, right? So that's one example. That's one example of just the many stories that we've had over the years. But what it really comes down to is us wanting to figure out a way to create freedom for ourselves and also gift that to others if they were disciplined enough. Keywords, if they're disciplined enough, because what we have, I believe, has the ability to create incredible freedom for people because we've not only seen that freedom happen for ourselves, but for our own parents. We've helped them be able to have immense amounts of residual income through our technologies. But it does require discipline because it requires you to be able to be at a point where you have the capital to play this game, right? This game of investing, this game of compound interest, this game that separates those haves from the have-nots. And for us, we have been fortunate to build very large organizations over the years that yielded us some amazing income, especially in this industry. And then we basically reinvested that into projects to allow us to create that compound interest. And that's where our trading has come. We believe that we have some of the most advanced and sophisticated trading strategies that I know we've ever seen. There's a lot of people in this industry that are really great at being loud. They can yell like a baby who didn't get a toy they wanted. But then when you actually ask them for any type of evidence or results or data, they just don't really have any, especially on their own money. And so we're always willing to look at systems and strategies that people have, and we just have been yet to find ones that's better than ours. If someone in this call of the, however many people are on this call go, hey, I think I have one better, great. Get in touch with us. Show us. We'll have our entire development team review it, look at it, and analyze it. And if it makes sense, we'll add it onto our strategies. But we've yet to find some as good as what we have. So we're very confident in that. A little bit of advice before I pass it to my business partner is, one, absolutely no question, get started as soon as you possibly can with this. Whether you have $50, $100, $500, all you're doing is speeding up the time it's going to take for you to have more time to do what you love. If you are not leveraging compound interest, if you do not have things working when you're not working, then you're going to just have a life that involves you having to work really hard all the time, which is, in my opinion, not a life at all. It is a grind and is not something that I would want to be doing because I've done it. So has Cameron. That's one. Two, if you want to be able to make more money, if you want to be able to create more residual income, then I would highly recommend building a massive organization in Nilo. The reason why is because if you can build a large organization in this business and get a lot of people involved, your check's going to be bigger than if you had only 10 people involved. If you had 10,000 people, it's a bigger check. Why is that important? It's important because if you have a 10,000 person team and you got that bigger check, well, how quickly could you reinvest your money into systems like ours, for example, that can give you that compound interest where you can not only be earning from Nilo, you could also be earning from your investments. Now, what's the benefit of that? When you earn from your investments, that's just purely passive, right? That's a very beautiful passive income. When you build an organization, network marketing, it's a great residual, but it still requires you to tune in, get on calls, do the work, do the daily methods of operation, right? Build an organization MLM. Anyone that tells you to be successful network marketing, recruit 2 people and sit on your butt and go to a beach and they go build a team of 10,000 hasn't actually done it, right? We all know it's not true. Like most industries, network marketing requires tons of work, but it's fun work. It's enjoyable getting on calls like this, getting on Zoom calls, going to events, meeting awesome people, finding other successful people. It's fun work, which is amazing. But with building a large portfolio and investing, whether it's in this or other things, you don't have to do the work because you get paid on the work you've already done, which is to have the money to be in these types of markets. And so we recommend building massive organizations to then have that income coming in and then reinvest it into strategies that will be able to be consistent for you. So you can just do more of what you love in your life. You can spend more time with your family, more time with your kids, more time going on fun trips, not look at the price tag when you eat, not worrying when you lose, I don't know, when you lose a tire or when you need to get some gas. So that's what we believe in. That's what we've spent years wanting to do. We're at that point in our lives now. As you can see from Cameron's backdrop, it's not AI. That's actually his backdrop, right? We've been at a place where we've struggled, we failed, we've had a lot of adversity, we've had a lot of challenges, but we have reached a point now where we do have that freedom to live how we want to live and spend our time doing what we want, which is an amazing blessing. And our desire with our partnership with Nilo is just to help more people do that. And so we are really excited for you guys to get involved. We hope you guys see amazing results that we've seen. And then just recognize, if you don't like the results with our trading strategies, don't try and go increase your risk. Just make more money. Because let's all be honest, if tomorrow all of us had $1 billion, hypothetically, and we did 1% on that $1 billion, I think all of us would be pretty happy with that return, right? So it's not about the returns, it's about the amount of money you have to play in this game. So increase your money and the game becomes more fun. So thank you so much. I'm going to pass it over to Cam, and I'll let you share, man.
Yeah, appreciate that, D. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, so I'll touch a little bit more on the technical and some of the trading side. As Derek said, my name's Cameron, and Derek and I have indeed been in business for 12 years, which is pretty wild to say. And we've gone through so many different things, and the thing that we've done the longest now has been it's been network marketing, but a close second now is trading, and it's completely changed our situation. And so what I want to touch on is some of the numbers and kind of a realistic expectation. Derek hit on one of the most important point of what this product is going to generate for you guys, which is we are not going to be increasing the risk. What we're going to do and what we've continued to do was change our situations. We continue to add equity to our accounts. We increase the balance and not the risk. And so, for example, Nick, am I able to share? Would you like me to share my screen and kind of give a little bit of an expectation of what basically returns from last year? So we've been running this account I'm pulling up. We've been running this for coming up on 30 months now. I think we're at 28 months. Over 2.5 years. And we basically started with our own capital and then like friends and family, and it started to just grow from there. And so naturally we went to our parents first, and now as it stands, we have the most capital, and Derek and I amongst all the different people that are involved in this. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. But I want to share this because I want you guys to start thinking, okay, like Derek said, if you're going to start with, don't do anything besides just start, even if you start with $50, because the fact is that once you get started and you start to build your plan and you're starting to work on that plan every single day, every single week, every single month, that's exactly what I did. I started off with a couple $100, and then I started adding more capital. And as I was working and using my income, and that income was slowly increasing, but Hopefully you guys won't have to take the long route like I did. Hence why you're able to lean on Nilo and build a business and launch a business and start to create more and more income. But as you create more and more income, you can add more and more capital. So basically what we're looking at here is the very first month that we started trading was back in December of 2021. All right. If you guys had the luxury of us being in your network at the time and having the level of trust, you would be up over 400% return on your capital since day one. But what I really want to touch on here is an expectation, how we look at this. We zoom out and we look at this on a quarterly basis, a 6-month basis, and a yearly basis. We're not looking in this month to month. Okay. So if you're looking to come in, you're like, hey, I'm going to put in, $500, or I'm going to put in, a couple $1,000, or I'm going to put in $50. If you look at it from, oh, well, I need to make a certain percentage, or, hey, look what, if I put it in February of 2023, it made 3.64%, and I only have $50 in there, I'm going to make such a small amount of money. Well, if you're looking at it like that, that is I would say a poor mindset to look at this, because the fact is that if you're looking at a monthly, you're just looking at what can this do for me right now? And where this becomes very lucrative and where this becomes life-changing is over a 3, 4, 5-year plan. And that's where Derek and I, if we were doing this call a couple years ago with you guys, the backdrop would have been much different. Derek wouldn't be speaking about the compounding and speaking about what he's done with for his family the way we have, because we haven't been able to tap into the compounding effect of what these types of returns, even though they're not huge returns every month. This is where it gets scary, is when you talk about 5 years down the road. And right now we're just over 2.5 years in. So as we continue to do these numbers, whether it's 2%, whether it's 3%, whether it's 5% in a month, this is consistently compounding over time. And that's where I will urge you guys on this call to say, okay, all right, I'm looking at an opportunity that looks like a 5-year plan. This is a product that I've heard of it. Maybe you've heard of other trading opportunities that did certain percent returns. I would ask you, are they still around? Okay, first and foremost. Secondly, what if I had started back when these guys first started? Where would I be at right now? And how would I be feeling about my situation? And how would I be promoting the platform that I have right in front of you that you guys are now going to have access to? So create a plan, a 5-year plan as to how, with math, not a hypothetical situation, with actual numbers, create a plan where you can go, okay, this is what I'm going to be working towards, and I'm going to leverage and use this opportunity for it to where I don't have to learn how to become a professional trader. I don't have to invest an extra 20, 30 hours a week into trading. I don't have to go through the 2, 3, 4-year journey it takes to even become profitable. I can just leverage this company. I can leverage this platform. And through that, I'm building out a plan to be adding capital to my trading account and let it continue to compound and grow, and create a plan for myself to be able to, get to where I want to go. So look, and this is something I want a realistic situation. Last year in August, we did 1.86%. It's not a huge return. The month after that, we did 2.17. So, that's not huge, right? Especially if you were involved, if you had capital in March, you did nearly 6%. April, you did 4.41. April is double both of these returns. So I want to ask you, what would your mindset be if you had 2 back-to-back slow months? Would you be like, oh, this is really not working because I've had it in for 60 days and it's just, that's why Derek and myself and Nick and educated investors, they zoom out, they look at quarterly and is really on the shortest end. But 6 months to 1 year, what am I looking at? The biggest hedge funds, the biggest funds in the world, they're doing 30% in a year, 40% in a year, 50% in a year. And what are they giving their clients? 12%, 15%, right? So here you're looking at the returns right there. Last year we did over 50% and gave our clients over 40% return. A lot of you guys have been on the calls. You guys have seen the exact detailed numbers as to what's happened over the last couple of years with us. But we're really excited because now we have this trading platform, we have the algorithms, we have our dev team that we've cultivated over the last 4+ years. And now we have proof. It's not hypothetical. It's not a concept. We have proof in the market of 2.5 years track record where you guys with this team, with this incredible team with Nilo that's coming together for you guys to be able to leverage this and then be able to build a business around it. So Derek and I are extremely excited to be partnering up with you guys. It's a perfect storm, a perfect situation because it's so simple. And for you guys, there's no complications. There's nothing that needs to slow you guys down. A lot of you guys already have been involved with opportunities like this. And now it's just time to leverage what's going on here and then go build a business around it. And that gets us fired up. So Nick, I'll pass it back to you. I'm really grateful for the Nilo team, really appreciative of what's been going on. You guys have worked very efficiently. I know that you guys wanted to cross every T, dot every I before we came into the market and really launched, which is more than half the battle with times like these, especially when everyone's very excited. But the last thing I'll tell you guys is this is really a marathon and not a sprint. And whether it's, whether we have a slow month or a break-even month, you really got to zoom out and take a look at this over a multi-year period and build your strategy, build your plan of how you want to use this over a multi-year period. If you're looking at this on a monthly period, I think that's a poor way to look at it. And I think that even if you're starting with $50 or you're starting with a couple $100, just getting started is the number one thing. And then executing the plan and what you can afford from there as you build up your business with Nilo. But
Love
yeah,
it.
Nick, thanks for having us.
No, thank you. Derek, Cameron, love it. Great info. It's the old saying, the best time to plant a tree was 30 years ago. The next best time to plant a tree is today. And so I'm excited about that. And I love what Cameron hit on is that, hey, you can definitely go spend the time, the thousands of hours of what it takes. I mean, literally, 7+ years ago, he went on his journey of trading, and we've chased it all. I've been with him in the on the trips, in the cars, in the Zoom rooms, taking trades, learning how to take trades, and chasing that elusive, freedom when it comes to the space of trading. And we've all come to the conclusion that if there's a product out there that's doing aggressive returns, it's only a matter of time before that's going to take a massive bite. And the only way to really win long term, which is, really where you set yourself up, is to do it consistent and conservative over a long time. And what they've been able to put together is absolutely remarkable. Anytime I see an account that comes over that they're doing, 10+% a month, I'm like, A, it's either fake, or B, it's only a matter of time before that account takes a major, major bath, which you can't get ahead, when that happens. And so excited to partner with you guys. The other thing I love that you talked about is simplicity. I know when we first went on this journey is, hey, we want to be able to help people around the globe, but we want to be able to do it where it is just click of a few buttons, right? And it isn't going to be new, right? We just turned this thing on yesterday, so there'll be a couple things we'll have to navigate through, but we wanted to keep things very, very simple for the person that knows nothing about the space or knows nothing really about even, technology or isn't technically sound, can get themselves through that. And with that, we're going to have some videos that will be coming out over the course of these next few days and weeks on that, walking you through it. The more FAQs that come in, the more that we'll have that respond to that, number one. Number two, we will also be doing a recorded Zoom with SAG, right, which is Secure Admin Group, to go over why their platform is superior. They're top notch. It's a group that Cameron, Derek, myself, and I, we've actually done some things in the past with the parent company of them. They've taken in over 25 plus billion in deposits. It's just a great secure platform where you can deposit fiat, crypto, but it tracks everything, makes it real simple for you to go in there and you can just see exactly where you're at, and also make sure that things are very, very stable, very safe, and making sure that all your money is being handled correctly. But no, so excited about this. I'm going to have you guys raise your hand if you would say, hey, I would love to go back 7 years ago, and instead of learn all the experience that, you know, Cameron and Derek have gone through, to just plug into a very simple system where you can connect a couple buttons and basically leverage all the things they had, right? Where would you be if you said that 7 years ago? And that's what we want to create here, is you guys can look forward in the future and say, hey, this is something that we can do that's passive, that we can, you know, plug in, leverage all of their ability, all of their success, all their development team, all of the experience they've had, all of the knowledge they have, their team of traders, to put yourself ahead financially. So Cameron, thank you so much. Derek, thank you so much. I'm going to put a spotlight on you as well, somewhere up here. We'll be doing a lot more Zooms. We'll be going through what this is. They're going to talk about strategies. They're going to talk, you know, we'll have some other Zooms when it becomes to monthly, when it comes to weekly stuff, when it goes what they're looking at. In the end, what I love about this, though, it is just definitely simple. So Derek, Cameron, anything you guys want to add before we jump off?
Excited to see people's results.
Awesome. Appreciate y'all. Plug in, get your teams plugged in. We'll have this recording out, and then we'll have a bunch more recordings coming in the near future. In the end, though, this thing is it's the easy button. And when you go connect those buttons, do your KYC, and then connect to the trade script. I'm so excited these professionals and their team of professionals basically be able to do all the rest for us. So thank you guys so much for jumping on. We appreciate y'all and cannot wait to see you guys grow your teams into the thousands, tens of thousands, to have so many people be able to participate with this technology in this trading group. And most importantly, their philosophies, which is, if you want to earn more from your accounts and your trading accounts, you not increase the risk, you increase the capital, you increase your hustle. So appreciate y'all. Y'all have a phenomenal day, and we'll see you on the other side. Talk to you soon.